Some jewelry goes missing and all of your rights go away. You just locked up in a room and for some missing jewelry and a lot, and they won't let you leave. This is some gangster mafioso stuff. See, when people tell you all the time, oh, I love to watch The Godfather, I love to watch this, that is some degenerate stuff. You be trying to mimic stuff that's in movies. You be trying to mimic Italian mobs and stuff. Why don't you mimic some of your people that was fighting for their people back way when we got here? We done had all kind of slave revolts, all kind of revolutions, all kind of stuff. Why don't you mimic some of that? Why don't you mimic some of the good stuff we did? Now you want to go and mimic the Italian mob. But I digress. Let's go back to Capricorn. She testified under cross-examination that she was hooked up to a polygraph at about 10 a.m. and wouldn't be finished until about 5 or 6 p.m. Clark said she would take the test. It would be taken for review, and she would keep taking the test until Combs cleared her 5 days later. Asked by defense attorney Mark Agrifield, I'm not pronouncing nobody's name no more. If your name ain't Smith, I'm not pronouncing it no more. Somebody said in the chat, asked by the defense attorney whether she reported to Human Resources that she was locked in the building while she took a lie detector test over the course of 5 days. Clark said she did not. She was locked in the building while she took a... And y'all be talking about, remember how they was talking about the fam, how it was so good to work for Diddy? Who wants to work for Diddy? Oh my God, his assistant, I bet she make a bunch of money. We're going to get to that. I bet she make a bunch of money and she going to have all these opportunities and eventually she going to rise to the top and all this stuff. Remember all that stuff we heard about these people? And I said, first of all, Diddy ain't got no money. Not the way you think he got money. He ain't got money. He don't have no, all this billionaire talk was trash. Right? I told y'all that. I told y'all all the billionaires. Did I get it right, fam, with the volume? I finally, this is a sweet zone then. Okay, thank you for telling me. But didn't I tell y'all? Watch the calling volume still be trash. I be tweaking it, but watch it. Look, but listen, I said he ain't got no money. This ain't no real billionaire. This ain't nobody who owns distribution. This ain't nobody who owns factories. That's the kind of thing you own when you are a true billionaire. Or you work in stocks. Like you work in stocks, you got this hedge fund, all this kind of stuff. There are ways to be billionaires. There's ways to be liquid. No, this was all social engineering. So he over there, and the way he's able to control people is not, but you buy a salary and I'm competitive and you coming. None of that stuff. He's able to control people by being able to lock them up. And somehow, he's able to do a whole lot of illegal stuff because, hey, people regard the people who work for him as nothing because we're a bottom caste. So they running around thinking that's their doorway into the stuff. And all the while, they are just terrorized by this man. Diddy might got bodies. Let me tell you. If I had to bet, that's what my money would be. But he ain't controlling them because he's allowing them to thrive. He is terrorizing these people. Like allegedly, he is terrorizing these people. These are hoodlum tactics. These are gang warfare tactics. Pack my baby oil and my pink. And listen, and if I want to just lock you up or smack, hey, that's what happens. That's what it is around here. That's how I do. So let me just go to I don't want to take too long, but I want to just point out some things. Combs fired Clark, she said, for allegedly failing to inform him that Cassie Ventura was dating Kid Cudi. I lost everything, Clark said, ticking off a list of employment benefits such as health insurance and 401k. Clark said Combs gave her a 30-day notice in 2012. He said, I would never work again. All these people weren't my friends, and that he would make me KILL myself. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a monster. I don't care what you say. If these allegations are true, and I believe they are, and we've seen it. See, you can't leave celebrity alone when that's how they manipulate us, right? If they manipulate us through celebrity, like I just saw somewhere Trump, Larry Hoover, even though he still got the state charges, that's what they do. And they say, oh, he can't be all bad because he commuted Larry Hoover, who wasn't in the Chicago gang. I don't know. I don't keep up with all this gang stuff. People keep up with all this gang warfare stuff. I don't keep up with it. Then you have, on the other side, you have Democrats who will manipulate us through real and imagined threats, right? And our fears. So we are just a group that's just kind of rife for manipulation. That's kind of who we are. And that becomes a problem. See, I want to bring something up before we go through all the ways this woman was terrorized. I want to say also that she was only making $55,000. All this talk, all this talk we have been having, ladies and gentlemen, about, you know, he's a boss, and if you work for him, you gonna go places. She was making $55,000, and I think it was in New York. You can find an admin job right now making 55 that allows you to not be terrorized. But you won't be on the red carpets, and you won't have that thing dangled in front of you that at some point you're going to be somebody, and at some point you're going to meet some people and make connections. Listen, they killing us with that network grift. Earn your leisure, killing you with the network grift. Get over here and meet some people, and y'all going to make some money. Who made money? It was just a bunch of speakers that y'all paid a hefty speaking fee to come out. But who made money from networking? They kill us with that networking.